Hey, good evening. Good evening, Rudy Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, Miss Liza Belton. How you doing? Khalito Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Good evening, Rudy. Donovan Yarbrough. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, Miss Sherry Brown. Hey, Miss Sherry Brown ran into a fellow comedian today. Knows Mr. Willie Brown. Hey, good evening, good evening. I'm trying to pronounce that. I know I messed it up. Tayanashi. And I need to have my glasses on. No, good evening. Gina Pryor, good evening. Miss Kim Pong, good evening. Rhonda Gail Turner, Hampton in the house, good evening. Cindy Minor, Rahealing, Dr. P, good evening. Good evening. Chris Voorhees, good evening. Gladys T. Miller, hello to everyone. Hello, Miss Jackie Hayes, and get everyone to join us. I've been meaning to do this live stream here. I guess it's been on my mind for the last few days. And so I'm going to be calm tonight. I'm not going to yell and scream. So this is a good one to get all your conservative folks and ask them to listen in. Because tonight I'm going to do a call. I want to make a statement or make just a brief live stream. Good evening, Al. Good evening to the Vicks. Marcus X. Thomas. Good evening, everyone. Daniel Higgins. My stream tonight will be entitled Everyone Wins in Karatbars. Everyone wins in Karatbars. So I'm going to give people a few more minutes to join us. And I'm going to go over a few points and why I say that. I want everyone to catch this. And I want to encourage you to send this out to everyone you know, to all your family members, to personally message this out to them. And I hope it catches them at the right time in life. Good evening, Mr. Kenneth Brown. Carolyn Jones. Miss Tiffany Sutton, good evening. Welcome. All to this live stream. Hey, Mr. Stephen McNeil, Miss Tanisha Glassby, and Mr. Lord Bonner, my high school buddy. Good evening to y'all. And like I said, this stream tonight, I entitled Everyone Wins in Karatbars. And I hope you see this, and I hope all the guests who will join us. Good evening, Miss Lakeisha McKnight, Mr. Daniel Higgins, Rick Sales. Good evening to all those who join us from around the world. Karatbars International, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Good evening to everyone. This is not a sales pitch tonight, but this is a definite an information pitch, because this has really been going to my heart. And so let me go ahead and start it. For those who join us, I like I said, I'm going to give it one more minute to let some other folks join us, because I'm not going to recap, okay? I'm going to go over why I think this thing is so important, what we're doing. And that, I think, is I know. After 6 years, believe me, I'm not thinking. It's not I believe, is I know. And they said the fruit is on the tree. The evidence is out there. Good evening, Miss Alicia Hall. Good evening to all those folks who've joined us. Dolores Shaw. Debbie Shaw, I'm sorry. Debbie Shaw. Lord, I don't have my glasses on. So anyway, we're giving people a few minutes to join us. And I mean, seriously, folks, invite folks to join us. Hey, Mr. Drayden Robinson, because I know it's late, but that's another reason why I like to do these calls late at night, because I like to see who's still up to. So, again, let me go ahead and start this live stream. And I say tonight, this live stream is called Everyone Wins. Everyone wins in Karatbars. For those who don't know, well, I guess you would know if you follow me on stream. My name is Ty Best, and let me give you a little my background real quick. Again, pass it out to your friends. Get it out to your friends to see it. I did all the things I was told to do in life growing up. They say get good grades, and I was a fairly decent student in elementary school and high school. And then they say go to college. And of course, I went to college. And in college, I got better grades in college than I did really in high school, because in college, I ended up going to Hampton University. And I was afraid I was going to flunk out, because I was, led to believe that everybody went to Hampton was just brilliant. So I knew that wasn't me. So I got there in what I call overstudy. Okay. My first semester, next thing I know, I'm on the dean's list. And so I stayed on the dean's list the entire 4 years there and graduated with highest honors in 4 years. Not just I did, but my wife did. So when I'm sharing this story with you, I'm sharing with you my wife's story and my story. Okay, and I'm going to get right to the crust of what I'm saying there. So we did those things the society told us to do. And so it's 22 years old, right out of school, we end up getting what he called good jobs with two major corporations. Okay, we did that. Okay, but very quickly we realized that was not the vehicle to our dream. So we started looking. I mean, within 3-4 months on the job, we were looking for an exit strategy. We were looking. We didn't know we was looking for an exit strategy, but we said, this is it. This is not it. This is not what we want to do for the next 45 years of our life. So bottom line, at 20 years old, someone introduced us to this industry called network marketing, the most misunderstood multi-billion-dollar industry on the planet. Most people don't even understand that this industry that we're involved in is bigger than the NFL, is bigger than the NBA, is bigger than the National Baseball League, is bigger than the National Hockey League. All those industries combined, it is bigger than all those industries combined. And yet it is still the most misunderstood legal business in the world. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Because in 1983, I was introduced to this industry and I saw an exit strategy. Now, I didn't understand it when I first saw that it was going to make me wealthy. I didn't get involved because I got in to get more. And I believe that right there is enough to get most people involved. So anyway, now let's get to the point. I've been in this industry this March. It'll be 37 years that my wife and I have dedicated our life to educating people about freedom, about the benefits of being in this industry. We've actually owned 3 companies in the process, and we built companies of thousands of people worldwide. So I believe we have the experience and the qualifications to make the statement that we're about to make, and it comes with that kind of gravitas, I guess, what we're saying. It comes with that kind of credibility behind it. I'm not just some guy who woke up one day and said, let me do this, let me try this for a few years. This is what we've been doing. And by the way, I've been in 37 years. I've been full-time in this industry. It'll be 25 years in July of next year. My wife has been full-time for over 30 plus years. She retired in 1987, and she hasn't had a job outside of the home since 1987. So I guess that will be 32 years. That'll be 33 years next year. My son is 34 years old. He's never applied for anybody's job. Why am I telling you all this? Because this has been our livelihood. We've been free people, or free home now, everybody, for over 25 years. So understand where I'm coming from. When I make this statement that everyone wins in Karatbars, I have not ever been able to make that statement in all the programs I've done, all the wealth building agendas I've had, all the companies I've owned. I could never look anybody eyeball to eyeball straight out and say, everyone wins. Because in almost every single company in this marketplace, in this networking industry, you can't make that statement. I could never make that statement in any company until I got exposed to Karatbars. Now, by the way, I couldn't have made that statement about Karatbars my first year in the Karatbars because I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. I truly did not understand that everyone wins in Karatbars. Dr. Harold Seitz has created a program that gives everyone the opportunity to win. So when I make the statement, everyone wins, it means everyone has the opportunity to win. Everyone who fully participates in our program, they win. And here's why I'm going to say that. Because number one, he's put together a program that, number one, anyone can enroll in for free. The bottom line fundamental basics of our program is, number one, all we're doing is teaching people to take declining paper dollars and exchange those dollars for gold. You open up a free, I do mean free in every sense of the word, gold savings account, right? And then you can now start to acquire gold 1/10 of a gram at a time. Now, when I got started 6 years ago, that was 1 gram at a time. Karatbars' claim to fame is allowing people in 141 countries to exchange declining paper dollars, exchange fiat currency for gold which is a potential appreciating asset. Now, I say potential to keep it legal, but the fact of the matter is gold has outperformed every single financial instrument in this country over the last 100 years. That's not emotion. That's just facts. See, people lie, but numbers don't lie. And when you look at the numbers, you see that gold has outperformed everything. But I'm not going to talk about the last 100 years. I'm going to talk about what's happening to me and why I feel confident. In fact, I know I can make this statement: everyone wins in Karatbars. Because if you only do one thing in Karatbars, that's enroll yourself, get it out the way. That's free. All the company asks for is your name, your phone number, and an email address. That's it. It's less hassle to open up a gold saving account with Karatbars than it is to go to a traditional bank and open up an account where you give them your money. They want your name, address, social security number, driver's license. They want you to put money in, all that before you can even open up a bank account. But Karatbars said, no, we're going to allow people all over the world to open up a free gold savings account and do what the wealth have done for 100 years, and that's to save their fortune and build their wealth and to put together a legacy of gold that can be passed on to your children's children. Now, this is why everyone wins in Karatbars. If you only do that one thing, start to save gold, you win. Now, I'm going to talk about me and anybody that got in 2013. Now, those who got in 2 years before, the company was already 2 years old before I got involved. But let's just talk about anyone who got in at the same time I did. In 2013, when I got involved, gold was $1,100 an ounce. Now, if I didn't do anything in the next 6 years but save gold 1 gram at a time every chance I get, that means that money I spend at the movies, that money I spent buying tennis shoes, that money I spent going on vacations, that money I spent on cruises, all that money I spent, I do mean spent, gone forever. If I had taken some of those dollars, which I did, I took those dollars and I exchanged those dollars for gold. Gold was $1,100 an ounce. And today, gold is around $1,500 an ounce. That right there, folks, means I got a 25 to 30% return on any gold I've saved over the last 6 years. That's a win-win. That means that anyone who started saving gold, who got a gold savings account and just did that one thing, accumulated gold over the last 6 years, they won. They can go back and watch television. They can go back and keep playing little league football, baseball, basketball, minor league, whatever they're doing to spend that extra 25 to 30 hours outside their job, what I call wasting time. They can continue to waste time. That's okay. That's up to them. That's their choice. But if they did nothing else, no time commitment, if they only did one simple thing in Karatbars, I'm getting too excited. Exchange declining dollars for an appreciating asset, 24 karat, London Bullion Marketing Association accredited gold, they would win. That's why I can make that statement that everyone wins. They don't win big, but they win. They've been big, depends on how much gold you acquired. I mean, if you acquired $100,000 of gold in the last 6 years and they appreciate 25%, that means your gold now is worth $125,000. You didn't put forth any energy, effort, or anything. It won't expire. It won't rot. It won't deteriorate. The gold on the planet today is the same gold that was here 10,000 years ago. That's why the wealthy save in gold. So when I make this statement, folks, that everyone wins, that's all you got to, everyone wins. And that is why, that's one reason why everybody should have a gold savings account. The second reason everyone wins in Karatbars, okay? The second reason why everyone can win in Karatbars, everyone can win. Everyone wins just by saving gold, you win. But you win, okay? You win a little and you earn a little. But now you say, you know what? Well, you know what? I think I would like to be in the cryptocurrency space. I keep reading about Bitcoin. I keep reading about all this cryptocurrency, and the money of the future will be digital. China is developing their cryptocurrency. Facebook is developing their cryptocurrency. With Karatbars, we're not developing. We already got our currency out there. And in February, it'll be 2 years our currency has been on the market. Our cryptocurrency has been on the market. But we have one exception. We are exceptional compared to anybody else. Second reason you win. Our cryptocurrency is backed by gold. That's not theory. That's not what we're going to do. That's what's done already. already. So when you enroll for free, number one, you win by saving gold. Number two, you win by acquiring cryptocurrency backed by gold. And right now, that cryptocurrency is pennies. Now, again, it's speculative. I'm not an investment counselor. I can only tell you what's happening in the marketplace. And there's 1,000+ coins out there, and there are coins that have started at pennies that have gone to $50, $100. The most famous of all the coins, of course, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin started, it was pennies. And Bitcoin went to an all-time high of $20,000 per coin. That's not a physical coin, that's a digital coin. It's in your back office, all on the internet. This is the money of the future. That's a digital coin backed by nothing else except a little technology that went from pennies to $20,000 per coin. Now, Dr. Harold Sykes has introduced a coin backed by gold. Okay? That's the second way you can win. You decide to step out and have a little faith and start to acquire that coin, and you get back to anybody who invites you to this site. They'll show you how to do that. I'm not going to get into that tonight. I'm just going to tell you that when you acquire our KCB coin, it puts you in a position to win bigger. That's all. It puts you in a position. It's no guarantee. It puts you in a position. But this is the wave of the future, and you're here now. 99.9% of the population on this planet don't even know Karatbars is here, don't know this coin exists. And you're hearing about it now. Either you're going to be a beneficiary of it in the next 5 or 10 years, or 3 or 4 years, or the next 90 days. You're going to say, oh my God, I'm glad I stepped out and got me some of this coin. Or you're going to be one of those folks who, all those folks who say, I heard about Bitcoin when it was 50 cents. I heard about it when it was a quarter. I heard about it when it was 10 cents. I had a person just this weekend said, man, I heard about Bitcoin at $2. I passed. I heard about it when it hit $10. I passed. I heard about it when it hit $100. And they said, I passed. And the coin went to $20,000 and created over 20,000 millionaires. Dr. Harold Sykes, our founding CEO, is on video saying we will create over 20,000 millionaires in the next 2 years. And all you've got to do is accumulate coin. So that's a second passive week. And when you say, well, I'm not a big recruiter, you don't have to be. Can you save gold? Yes, you can. You don't need anybody's permission to do it but your own. Can you acquire cryptocurrency? Yes, you can. Now, understand something. In my 37 years in this industry, this is the only program I've ever seen where you can become a millionaire and not recruit or sponsor people. I share with people on our team all the time. Get you 100,000 coin as quickly as you possibly can. And watch now. Watch. The coin goes to $1. You just turned a few $1,000s into $100,000. It goes to, watch this, $10, and you got 100,000 coin. That's $1 million asset. Okay? And all it takes is a few $1,000s for you to acquire 100,000 coin. Is it speculative? Yes, it is. But you find any other potential opportunity in the marketplace like that, let me know. Let me know. Okay? That has that kind of upside potential. Wait a minute. Backed by a company with almost 9 years of tremendous credibility behind it, 9 years of history behind it, 9 years of doing exactly what they say they're going to do. The CEO has done exactly what he says he's going to do. He's backed up everything he says he's going to do, and everything he's committed to do, he has done in the 6 years I've been involved. You find another company like that. If you want to know why people are getting involved in Karatbars and they have no problem getting started at whatever level they're comfortable with, and we have some people who've already got millions of coins. You know why? Because of the credibility and the history of this company. That's the second thing. Then the third thing, if you want to win big, for those who are out there winning big, good evening, the Stacy's, good evening, Mr. Michael Delco, good evening, Tisha Glaspie. If you want to win big, for those that I want to earn money right now and I want to win big, I said, then you want to be a part of our program where we expand this word. We expand this word out there to everybody. Okay? You want to join this program, you want to plug into the system, and you want to get this information out to other people. We don't sell gold, folks. We don't sell cryptocurrency. All we do is put the information in front of people who are looking. And when people who are looking see this information, folks, they enroll. When people who are looking, who understand anything about finances, see this information, they get flat out turned on. And they'll come in and they'll spend $50,000. They'll spend $100,000. They'll get all the coin they can possibly get. Why? Because it just makes sense. People may lie, but the numbers don't. And when they see these numbers, folks, that's what gets people involved in the program. I get businessmen all the time. They call me every day of the week, and they say, what's the bottom line? I say, here's the bottom line. You give this business called Karatbars International, 30 minutes to an hour of your undivided attention. You won't sleep for the next 12 to 24 months. However, if you dismiss it because you think it's just another deal like all those other deals that I've been in, okay, almost everybody in Karatbars has been in some other deal. Almost everybody comes in Karatbars saying, I didn't want to do it. Almost everybody in Karatbars come in Karatbars saying, I know what that's all about. I said, no, you don't. I'm in Karatbars for 6 years, and I don't know what it's all about. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen it expand like this. I've never seen this many people make money. I've never had this kind of just unexplainable growth. Okay, I've never had a program where people come in and literally from day one have no problem, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, just like that, after doing a day or two of investigation and saying, oh my Lord, this is the best kept secret in the world. We don't have to sell this program. We're no more than information brokers. We're looking for people who are looking. Okay? So now you save gold for free. You get gold back cryptocurrency. And then if you would like to get paid in this program by helping other people see this vision, the sky's the limit. And that's why there are people in Karatbars already at 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 plus thousand, 30,000, $100,000 a month in income. Because we are the best kept secret. And because truly, folks, there is no downside. Everyone wins. Now, for those of you who say, well, I don't really understand cryptocurrency, for those who might feel a little bit financially inept, financially illiterate, I would say don't worry about that. You know why? Because that's another benefit of being in the world of Karatbars. Okay, we've been described as Wealth Builders Worldwide University, financial university. You're going to learn more about money and finances in your first 6 months on this Wealth Builders Worldwide team you probably learned in your entire life. The first thing you're going to learn is that gold is money. Now, I was 59 years old, had been in the industry, 27, I guess, 20, almost 30 years before I ever heard that simple, those 3 words. Gold is money. That's it. I thought that paper stuff that we worship back there, I got on my back desk behind me, I don't know, a few $1,000s. I thought that was money. I was led to believe it was money. And you can chase that all your life and never get ahead because it's not money. You can save it all your life and never save enough of it. I don't want to feel like I'm selling tonight. I'm just trying to tell you some facts. That's the first thing you learn is gold is money. 80% of the population out here don't know the difference between an asset and a liability. I mean, simple stuff that they should have taught us in elementary school. My girl Candace Parkinson, she's now 7 years old. She knows the difference between an asset and a liability. She said an asset puts money in your pocket and a liability takes money out of your pocket. Your home is not an asset, it's a liability. Your car's not an asset unless you got the title. Okay, it's a liability. Most of us spend our money on liabilities. We blow our money as quick as it comes in. Okay, you hear a statement by Warren Buffett. It's a genius statement to me. It says, until you learn how to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. Truth. That's not me talking. That's truth. And all you do is look around you and see so many people 55, 65, 75 years old still trying to figure out how to make a living and feed themselves. And I'm not going to pitch tonight. I'm trying to tell you why everyone wins in Karatbars. And here's the beauty. You can do Karatbars in 141 countries from your desk, from sitting here right now in your desk and on your cell phone. Okay? And for those you say, well, I don't know, we get paid to teach you. We get paid to help you. We get paid to help you succeed. But again, even if you don't ever want to build a team, if you don't want to share with anybody else, if you do 2 fundamental things, save gold and acquire gold-backed cryptocurrency, you're going to win. Everyone wins in Karatbars. But I'm going to share this with you and I'm going to close. I said I didn't want to be long tonight. I believe, well, 2 points. I didn't finish my other point. I say to business people all the time, you look at this business as if you were about to invest $1 million. Look as you about to spend $1 million. Don't look like some next door opportunity, some little opportunity some guy down the street should do, or you too good and too educated to do it. You got status. Don't let status stop you from a multi-million opportunity. Don't be deceived because your next door neighbor who's making $50,000 a year, or $30,000 a year, or your friend who's making $25,000 a year shared this with you. Don't get caught up listening to the messenger. Hear the message. Don't look at the messenger. Hear the message. I'm just the messenger. If you don't like my message, don't dismiss this opportunity because you don't like the messenger. Okay? Go get the message. When I said go spend 30 minutes to an hour with your undivided attention, I should add also look at this as if you were going, even if you don't have $1 million, look at it as if it was going to cost you $1 million to get involved. Go do some serious homework. And I guarantee you, you will not sleep for the next 2 years. When you understand the credibility we have because we get paid with a private issue MasterCard, when you understand the credibility that comes with a company like FedEx, delivering the gold 24 hours a day, 7 days a week around the world directly to your doorstep, it cracks me up when people say they got to check us out. Check what out? MasterCard's already done that. Well, people call me and say, well, I can't risk my reputation. What reputation? FedEx got a multi-billion-dollar brand. They got a bigger reputation you ever think about having. These kind of things we need to help people we try to help people to think about. This is why I want you to send this stream. Okay? So those two things, get gold back cryptocurrency. Okay? And then go do some serious due diligence. And then understand that we all get paid and we all benefit by helping each other succeed. You will never see a family of people like you see in this world we have here called Karatbars International, and especially in this family called Wealth Builders Worldwide. I mean that in my 37 years, I've never been surrounded by so much talent, so many caring, giving, and concerned people. I've never been around a group of people. I don't know if our system is designed to spit them out or blind them if you don't see it, if you don't have the right heart for our organization. They tend not to get in. If they get in and they don't have the right heart for what we're doing, they tend not to stay. They tend to don't see it. We've had people get in and just still can't see it. They get in by a VIP package and still can't see what we're doing. We're changing the world. One person, 1 gram at a time. So, we're not on trial. We've already been proven. Everybody wins. Everyone wins. You're going to win by the knowledge you're going to get. You're going to win by the goal you're going to acquire. You're going to win by the cryptocurrency you're going to acquire. Oh, and by the way, the last thing I'm going to say, and this is what I believe. You may say, I'm only going to come in, Mr. Best, I just want to save gold. Or you'll come in and say, I just want to get cryptocurrency. But once you understand we have in our hands morally, you can't keep it to yourself. Once you believe what we have is the greatest thing you've ever seen, once you understand that, you can't keep this a secret, folks. I'm 64 years old. I run like I'm 40 years old right now. What? Because I can't keep this a secret. I feel such a responsibility. I feel Bishop Sutton and I were talking today once again about how blessed we feel to even be in this world. You understand there's 7.5 billion people on this planet. 99.9% of people on this planet have never heard about Karatbars. For you to even hear about this, if you've been fortunate enough to have a friend invite you into this world, you have no idea how fortunate you are. I've gotten one invitation. Once again, I thank Jim Morse for picking up that phone and calling me 6 years ago, November 2013, and saying, Mr. Best, have you heard about Karatbars International? That's step one. Number two, I thank God that he had me humble enough to listen. Because in fact, now I told you I was already free for 20 years. So, I wasn't the kind of person just listening to anybody call me with a deal. The fact that he caught me and I listened and I did some homework and I said, oh my gracious. And I got started on faith. I didn't know all the things I know now. I didn't know that gold was money. I didn't know I should have been saving gold 40 years ago. The minute President Richard Nixon took us off the gold stand, I should have been saving gold. I didn't know any of that stuff. But once you know better, you should do better. And boy, I tell you what, thank you, Jim Morse, because once you informed me, I got some information, started getting some more information, and I know better. I mean, I knew the Federal Reserve was not federal when I knew that, but I know what to do about it. I knew there wasn't enough money. I know what to do, but I just went out and made me more money. But I didn't know that gold is a proper saving instrument. And gold is secure. I ain't never got to worry about going broke as long as I got gold. Okay, isn't that incredible? Okay, you become your own bank. Hey, look, folks, enough said on that. I just want to share that again. Everyone wins. That's the title of this live stream. I took it, I kept it under 30 minutes. Everyone wins. Some going to win a little, some going to win a lot, and some going to become very wealthy. If you choose to plug into our system and you choose to share this program, this wealth building program with people all over the world, you're going to become wealthy. Let me add one more thing. Because a lot of talk, everybody's talking about building wealthy. I saw something, I won't even call the guy's name, the wealth initiative they got going on. And I mean, that's all I'm hearing, wealth, and how the wealth gap between the wealthy and the working class, it's no more middle class, it's the wealthy and the working class. The wealth and the working class. Don't let them fool with these terminologies, middle class. It's the working class and the wealthy. And that gap has gotten wider and wider, especially between the so-called wealthy or the people of European descent and people of African descent or people of color. That gap has widened. And they got all kinds of so-called leaders out there coming up with initiatives to close that gap. They having planning committees to close that gap. They having Black People Talk Summits to close that gap. Yeah, I called it Black People Talk Summits to close that gap. You can start closing that gap right now tonight by enrolling for free and start to save you a gram of gold. Because every time you save a gram of gold, you just close that gap for you and your family and close that gap for you and your community. Every time you save gold, accumulating gold, you're building an asset that's building your wealth. We have a plan that's been instituted now for the last 8 years that's closing that gap. Okay, and you can start right now to close that gap. You don't have to wait till somebody create a plan for you. If you heard about Karatbars, you're closing that gap right now for you and your family in the economy of your own home. And the last thought was something I read on Facebook over the weekend that you got to ponder on. John D. Rockefeller said this: if you're working all day to make money, you'll never get rich. That's not what he said. If you're working all day to make money, you're going to always be broke. You got to wrap your mind around that for a minute. If you're working all day, 40 to 60 hours a week to make money, you're going to always be broke. Why? Because you cannot outwork an exponential inflation, and you cannot create income until you learn how to leverage the time and efforts of not just yourself, okay, but other people around you. As J. Paul Getty said, it is better to have the effort, 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of your own effort, because at some point in time in your lifetime, you're going to get sick, you're going to get tired, and chances are you're going to get old. I'm 64 years old right now. My heart goes out every time I think about somebody 64, 65, having to get up 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to go to somebody's job. Okay? Karatbars put you in a position to be free. Listen to folks who come before you. This is not hype. This is just a fact. And this is my plea. This is one of my final pleas. I'm trying to tell you. Everyone wins. Sign up for free and find out for yourself, and you're going to see you win. And if you have a desire to be free, to truly be free, to take control of time and money for once in your life, I'm talking to young folks now who haven't already given 25 or 30 or 40 years of their life to some corporation. Now's the time. Now's the time to make a commitment. You may never see another opportunity like this in your lifetime. Not like this. Not like this. I believe we're going to put 10, 20, 30 million people in Karatbars. I believe we have that kind of potential. It'll still be an unknown factor. Big Boomer said we can have 1% of the marketplace, and we will be bigger than the entire industry I told you about earlier. That's a $200 billion industry. And with 1/10 of 1% of the marketplace, we'll be bigger than the entire networking industry right now today. You're in the right place at the right time. You got to believe it. Everyone wins. Share it with your family, friends, and relatives. Love everyone. Wait on no one. Dream big. And don't let anybody steal your dream. Ahoo!